Be showing you how to make a tic-tac-toe game in Thunkable. So let's go ahead and get started. So first we're going to create a new app. And let's name our app Tic-Tac-Toe. Tic-Tac-Toe. And since it's a game, let's say Tic-Tac-Toe game. Alright, so let's see. We could just say this as games over here. We could say maybe it's a kid game. And you could say just testing. Oh, yeah. So let's go ahead and click create. Okay, so we have a blank screen. So to get started, first what we should do is we should create our design area first, then only we can write the code. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create 9 buttons since there's 9 places where you can put X or O. So 1 button, you know what we should do? Just make 1 button. Delete that. Okay, so make 1 button and find it the size you want it to be. I'm just going to say since I have only 1 screen and my screen isn't really that big, I'm going to use as little space as I can. So I'm going to create mine maybe like this. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to duplicate this. Duplicate. And so then I can align it however I want it to. There, now that looks good. Alright, so now we can do the same thing over here and just go ahead and duplicate and make more rows. But before we get started, let's just go ahead, before we make the other buttons, let's just go ahead and rename all of these so we can figure out which one's which. So I'm going to just write them 1, 2, 3 because I feel like that's a better way to do it. Alright, button number 3. So we're gonna need we have 1 screen for the tic-tac-toe game, but if you're gonna make let's say if player 1 wins, we go to this page with the GIF, like I'm a winner or something like that. We're going to have to create 2 more pages or 3 because if there's a tie. Okay, so let's change the background color for the screen. I like changing the color so it makes it look nice and fit in. I make it kind of darkish teal. This is teal. Alright, I'm gonna make it maybe about this-ish color. Maybe some more dark. Let me just first go to blue and I'm gonna keep mine like this so it makes kind of a dark background, and I kind of like dark backgrounds. Alright, now let's go ahead and duplicate this. Alright, so we know that that's right there. Oh, now that's gonna say 1, 1. Let's go ahead and rename that to 4. So what we're technically going is we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go ahead and duplicate that. Now we have 4, 1, 5. Alright, let's go ahead and duplicate 5. I'm going to keep on duplicating these. Duplicate. So 5, 6, 8, and I think that's 9. That should be good. Alright, 1 goes right over there. 1 goes this way. Then it goes down here. 1 goes this way, goes down right here. Make sure there's not an extra. Nope, not an extra. Alright, perfect. Now it's perfectly aligned. Now I'm just going to do one thing. I'm just going to make it like that. Then I'm going to move these down. I like how Thunkable used this nice kind of pattern right there. So we can just check how far each button is and how aligned it is. Okay, now let's go ahead and rename these things. So where's Or which one's 5, 1? That's 4, 5, 5, 1. That's gonna be 6. 7. This is gonna be 8. 8, and this one is going to be 9. 9. Okay, so now that we got our buttons all set up, now what we have to do is we have to make, you know how there's lines in tic-tac-toe to separate all the 9 buttons? So what I'm gonna do, I like to take images, just like go ahead and do that. Make them into the lines you want them to be in. Yeah, like that, and just go ahead and move it. Just make this longer. Like that, yeah, just like that. Okay, so now what we should do is we should change the, we should get a picture, okay? Let's just say white. And just find images, yeah. So that's the kind of white we're looking for. No, not like that. Just blank white. Yeah, that would look nice. Okay, so let's open image in new tab. By the way, Thunkable is a really great tool you should use. It's really helpful where you can learn how to use blocks, which later on will help you when you start coding. And here you can also design your apps, which is really cool. All right, I'm gonna copy this and put them in the file source. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Let's just make this more thinner. And longer. Alright, Control C, Control V. That doesn't work here. Okay, we gotta duplicate this. Duplicate. Duplicate. Now let's thin this up. Perfect. Perfect, that looks nice so far. Now we gotta make the lines in between, so let's go ahead and duplicate this again. Image 1. Duplicate, but in this case we have to turn this completely around. Okay, just delete that right now since we have to create it again. So let's delete that. Okay, so we deleted that, so now we gotta take 2 more images over here. Then we're gonna put in the file source, make it long ways, and down. Okay, yes, now let's move it in right there. Perfect, I think that's a great. So these, so if you guys don't know much about Thunkable and you're still trying to create your first game, I think a tic-tac-toe would be a good way to start learning using Thunkable. So there we go, we got your first design pattern right there. Now we're gonna do something else. So let's first, I think this is a little too much down. I'm gonna move this to the top so there's space because I'm trying to do something else. So you know, you don't know whose turn it is. Let's say you don't know whose turn it is, okay? So you want to know whose turn it is. So in order to do that, you've got to you'll see what I mean. So what we're gonna do in this tic-tac-toe game, we're gonna create, like, how should I put it? Okay, I should put it, so what it's gonna do, we're gonna have the tic-tac-toe game, okay? Oh, why didn't I delete the text? So we're gonna have this tic-tac-toe game, and in the tic-tac-toe game, what's gonna happen is they can play the game, but then at the bottom it's gonna show player 1's turn when someone clicks a button, player 2's turn when someone clicks a button, player 3's turn when someone clicks a button, player 4's turn when someone clicks a button, player 5's turn. Oh, why did I say player 5? Player 1, player 2, player 3, player 4. Every time someone clicks, it's gonna alternate. Alright? So you got that looking nice right there. So now we gotta create a label. Alright? Create a label down here. And with the label, we're gonna say player 1's turn. 1's turn. Alright, and let's go ahead and make this text red. And let's make it big so people can see it. Let's make it 50. Yeah, I think 50 should work. Player 1, player 2 will alternate. Alright, so that's big enough for people to see. Alright, so it's going to say player 1. So we got our front page perfectly nice set up. Now let's go to the block section. And what we're going to do is we're going to take when 1's clicked, when 2's clicked, when 3's clicked, when 4's clicked, when 5's clicked. You get what I mean. Move comment. Duplicate. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So when each button is clicked, okay? So that's going to be 1. Alright, let's move 1 right over here. Move 2 over here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and perfect. So that we have all those. So now let's go ahead and change those to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Alright, so we got each button clicked. Now what are we going to do when each button's clicked? Well, we can do it 2 ways. We can create a function and create it so when one button is clicked, let's say 1's clicked, okay? One's clicked, it's gonna set the disabled, so you can't click it, to true. Then we're gonna take an if do else block, and we're gonna okay. So first, before we continue on, we've got to create variables. So we're gonna create a bunch of variables in this section. In this lesson of how to create a tic-tac-toe game, we're gonna have to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 variables. Okay? And you will understand once I tell you guys what I mean. Okay? Let's just go ahead and delete these. Alright, let's just go ahead and delete these. And we're gonna start with just 1, plain simple 1. Alright, so first we're going to go down to variables. We're going to create a variable named list. And we're going to set the list value. We're going to take a list. And we're going to set this value, the variable list. Let's make 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. Now what we're going to do, we're going to set this value. Let's go ahead and duplicate these. Duplicate. Alright, let's go ahead and put these number blocks in. Duplicate. No, remove comment. Come on, duplicate. And, oh, come on, one more. Just one more. Duplicate. Perfect. Now that we've got this done, we're going to go ahead and put these in. And, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's gonna be 7. That's gonna be 8, and that's gonna be 9. Perfect. So we create at variable list, and it has 9 values, 9 little values. Okay. So we're gonna its value at variable list. The variable is equal to a list which has the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now we're going to create the rest of the variables. So we're going to have 5 more variables. Alright, we're going to name this first variable the player. Second variable, the player 1. Third variable, the player 2. This variable to turn, and this variable to available turns. Available turns. My bad in spelling. Turn. Okay, so now that we've got those right there, I'm gonna put them on the side right here. And what we're going to do is we are going to give them values. So each one of these, so this is going to be 0. This one's going to be 0. This one's going to be 0. This one is going to be 1. So this one's going to equal 1. So this is where it's going to change from player 1 to player 2, player 1 to player 2. And available turns is how many. So when you're creating this, it'll probably be like, let's say you created a function. And let's say you created code that after each player has gone at least 3 times, it will check automatically. So let's say you click once and it shows player 1 wins, player 1 wins. You don't want your game to be like that when just one person clicks, right? So this is why we're going to have to do these available turns. So then we can, turn it, okay? So we created our variables, great. Now let's go on to more code. So normally you could just create a function and just put them in, but I think that's the easiest way. I'm challenging you guys to do that and see if you can put the picture in the chat and show me if you actually did it correct. If I will comment to you guys if you actually did it correct and if you did it wrong, and I will tell you your mistakes if you want me to. So we're just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it's a lot of code. So don't expect it to be very less code. It's a lot. So each button is going to have a big set of code. And then we're going to create a big function, which we'll have to create 2 of them. So one's for player 1 to see if player 1 wins, one's to see if player 2 wins. Okay? So before we go on, let's rename the screen for some reason. Oh, no, we don't want to delete. And I just remembered to rename it. Let's just name it TIC TAC TOE. Alright, TIC TAC TOE. Now, when 1 is clicked, we're going to set 1 to disabled. Okay, so we're going to go to we're going to go to number 1. And we're going to say, where's the disabled block? Disabled, right here. Set 1's disabled to true. Okay. Now we're going to take an if do else block, and we're going to say if at variable turn equals to 1. So if at variable 1 equals to turn, if at variable turn equals to math, take the block, put it there. If it equals to 1, what it's going to do is it's going to set at variable player to 1 and at variable turn to 2. Okay? So we're going to take the set from there. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and duplicate this 1 right here. Duplicate to 1, and this is going to go to duplicate 2. Right. Alright, then we're going to switch text. So we're going to switch the label we created. Label 1's text to player 2's turn. Alright, player 2's turn. Now we're going to have to find another image of X for TIC TAC TOE. So I'm going to go with this one. Open image, new tab. Alright, let's just go ahead and take this. And go ahead. Oh, my bad. Okay, so now what we'll do... Sorry, guys, I just need to need to save this. I don't know how to save this. Also, if you guys do know, please tell me how to save this, because I'm just updated into another version for me, so I don't know how to work this one out, how to save it. Okay, so anyways, let's make this more bigger. Okay, so anyways, what we're gonna do, sorry, I'm just suggesting to whatever, like, okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna set this, set one's, background picture to, oh, I already have the letters, my bad, X. What's wrong? I am choosing a valid asset. Open. Open. Okay, what we'll do is we're just gonna go ahead and add an asset. Oh, what happened? Something got wrong, guys. Okay, guys, hold on. Let's just go ahead and go back to thunkable in a second. Oh, thunkable.
According to
Thank you. Oh, guys, the web server's down. Well, guys, at least you know a little bit for right now. In the next video, we'll continue on, but think of an idea of how you can work it out, okay? So what I'm going to tell you is that I'm going to tell the rest of the code while I'm waiting for this to pop up, if it ever pops up. Okay, so once we set the background picture to the X or O, whatever you want it to be set, choose an asset for that, okay? Then what we're going to do is we're going to take an in list, we're going to put the app variable list, and we're going to set number 1 in the list that we set up an app variable list as number 1. Else, we're going to set app variable turn to 1 and app variable player to 2. Okay? And then we're going to set switch text background to player 1's turn and set 1's background picture to OPNG. Oh, okay? I will explain the rest later. But guys, I guess the thunkable host right now isn't working properly, or maybe they're fixing something, so we'll just have to continue next time. Hope you guys learned something new today, and make sure to look out for my videos. Well guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you give me a huge thumbs up. I really need more subscribers. I need your help to help me get there. I'm planning for either 500 subscribers or 1,000 subscribers. I really need your guys' help. Please help me. Well guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you give me a huge thumbs up. Click the subscribe button, turn on notification bell. See you guys later. Bye.